So you've decided that you want to expand on your interest in the furry fandom. Well, a good place to start would be through social media. You see, social media platforms and applications have played a huge part in the expansion of the furry fandom, allowing many to find a number of ways to express themselves and promote their creative and artistic abilities. So whether you're a furry YouTuber, painter, or fursuit maker, you can have satisfaction in knowing that there are a number of ways to promote your content and openly express yourself with your fellow furry peers. Social media platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and one I've been quite fond of lately, an application called Furry Amino, is an excellent way of not only promoting your work, but allowing you to find new and interesting people to befriend in the process. I'm Jared Braun, aka Happy Tiger Snugglefur, and today we're going to be taking a closer look, as well as a non-sponsored one, at the popular furry application, Furry Amino. I'll explain non-sponsored in a moment, but for now, let's get started. When I say non-sponsored, I mean this is just a simple review of an application I enjoy. I like to think that this will leave a fair examination of the app with a natural response to the ups and downs of all the different features of the application itself. I've noticed that the video sponsors, while helpful in introducing people to the app, seem somewhat biased against any negative criticism, leaving the reviews one-sided and lacking the personality traits commonly seen within the reviewers' videos. This does not mean that the reviews were bad, I just feel that they could have gone into more detail. I'm sure many of you, like myself, found the app through these sponsored videos. So after downloading the app and having a more hands-on, no pun intended, interaction with the application, I've drawn a basic summary of what I like and dislike about Furry Amino. Let's start with the layout. One of the most well-regarded things about Furry Amino is its main page layout. Your browsing capabilities are broken down into 7 categories, located at the top of the screen. The categories are for feeds from people you follow, so you'll always have the feeds from the accounts that you actually enjoy, a selection on posts that get featured, which is great for finding new furries to follow and add to your following feed list. Attached to this feed is a list of newly uploaded work, which I thought was a brilliant move on the part of the Amino team. Not only does this allow you to open up to more people and new artists to find, or fursuiters to discover, but it allows those artists to obtain new followers in the process. One will notice a split between the features and recent uploads. This is simple but effective, for it allows you to see what's hot without filtering through a lot of work one might consider lackluster. They can do so with no complications or having to sit through and shuffle through hours of content. Next up, there are public chat rooms, which act more as a virtual bazaar for the buying and trading of furry goods and services. Everything from free to paid for art, adoptables, commissions. Heck, some people have even used it to promote the auctions of fursuits have been used and promoted through public chat rooms. However, this is one of the more negative features of Furry Amino. It seems that the chats can often get sidetracked and stray away from the original discussion. I've seen chats go from letting off steam to discussing pirate films, and chat rooms open to discussing commissions, wandering off and starting to talk about things as random as roller skates. Personally, I don't use this feature, so there's not much more I can say about it from here. Next up, there's the latest feed, which is already connected to the features, so I don't really see the need for its own section, considering the effort that was put into its layout in the features panel. Next up, there are quizzes, which are broken down into best quizzes, handpicked by the Furry Amino staff, and Playground, which is all the latest quizzes from the users. This feature was surprisingly a lot of fun, and at times addictive even. The no wrong answers stipulation of the quizzes made the completion of the quiz all the more satisfying, and the 10-second time limit will leave the quiz taker in a forced and alert state, keeping them focused on the task at hand. If this basic pace of the quizzes are too mild for you, then switching the quiz to Hell mode would more than satisfy your competitive desires. Best quizzes offered an excellent mix of furry-themed facets, from quizzes about fursuits, common furry knowledge, and even a lovely quiz on jellyfish. The playground can be very mixed. There can be some very fun and random quizzes worth playing, but unless you're a real furry mark, you're not going to have much fun on this playground. Oh, what's this one? How much do you know about telephone? Never heard of him. But I'll give it a shot. Dumb quiz anyways. Next up, there are the polls. Yep, and lastly, there's the shared folders section. So this is an odd one. The folders hold about 6 albums and 75 photos, with the first 25 actually being videos, and it never seems to update. You can comment on the posts that are there and add folders, but that's about it. Next up, we're going to look at the accounts. As a unique feature, you can make a slideshow out of your account's wallpaper and customize each post with either a color scheme or special background to give every single post its own flair. The app also allows you to put specific messages attached to each post by making that its own custom feature. With each account, you have 3 graphs under your name and photo. One that displays your followers, one who you follow, and your reputation points. For those who are not on Furry Amino, or for those who are looking for an introduction to the app, your reputation is used to show your popularity and activity within the app. Reputation points can grow by uploading, liking, commenting, sharing, posting, following, receiving any of the former, and simply browsing. With each level you go up, you receive a new tagline. Things like furry, furtastic, super fur, awesome fur, super mega awesome fur, fur real friend, Popufur, my personal favorite, more fur than man, champion fur, Furs in Black 2, and the highest tagline you can receive, the ultimate furry. Each tag is obtained by receiving a certain number of points from 10 all the way up to 500,000. Personally, I think this is great because it gives people a reason to stay active on the app and interact with the community. I personally am someone who is always active in the communities I am a part of. YouTube, DeviantArt, for Affinity, Twitter, and I'm usually commenting on anything that I feel is worth commenting on, and to do so with interest and originality to every post. Some people can be more one-sided about these things. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's hard to tell who enjoys being on the site and who actually enjoys being a part of the community compared to others. Some I can understand it's for work, but at times it's hard to really feel a good sense of that person and where their interests really lie. The reputation system gives people a reason to stay active on the site and rewards them for the effort. Once the upload is done, eventually you will receive notifications for when somebody likes your post, comments on it, or adds you to their watch list. But after a while, this information stops coming in, and eventually the only notifications you get from Furry Amino is for when a new art post gets featured. And while each tagline is unique, so that they're really trying to intrigue you to view the post, it just becomes more of a matter of, please look at this artwork because it got featured. Now at this point, I want to address the elephant in the room, the real negative that tends to appear when thoughts, comments, and concerns are requested. This negative is the banning of users. Most of the accounts who have been banned were reported to have had their accounts terminated without warning, and were usually for only the uploading of a single piece of artwork. However, there are a few who have reported that they have been banned or locked out of their account after simply sharing a YouTube video. Others state that they receive a small notification that they've been locked out of their account, but never receive information confirming that the account had been looked over and reviewed. In the days of demonetization and concerns over having content banned by anyone at any moment, makes it a huge concern for talented artists to join the app, for worry that their work can be easily rejected. Negative response and rejection is a psychological fear, and humans naturally avoid this where it's not a positive stimuli. Now, to be fair, Furry Amino does maintain a positive and friendly community, so these bannings keep an excess of negative content away from the app, but to do it suddenly with no warning is a little strong. Most YouTube channels don't get banned after one copyright strike, so I don't see why a Furry Amino app would allow the banning of an account for one negative piece of artwork. My advice would be to be friendly, upload positive content, and stick to the app's guidelines, and there will be no concerns. Furry Amino is not a perfect site. It has its negatives, from its overflow of artwork most considered crude to people getting banned without warning. Still, surprisingly, it has a lot of dynamic characteristics I enjoy. The app recently reached 200,000 members, making it one of the most popular online furry communities. And, in only 2 years of operation, one of the fastest growing. The app keeps a clean and friendly community and offers a variety of features to let you post and interact within the community and to reward you in the process. This app, if you decide to get it, will surprise you and will be a lot of fun. The one thing I can take away from it all is that Furry Amino is successful in bringing furries of all types together and giving many a place to start, making new friends, grow an audience, and help expand the fandom to even greater heights.